Yes, welcome all of my friends to Couch Pilots, the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, but those close to me call me the Black Beret. And across from me is Kid Commando, Philip Restisher. Good evening, Captain.
Kid Commando at your service, sir.
Thank you for your service.
Black bandana?
The Black Beret.
Oh, that's a black bandana.
And I honor you, Kid Commando.
What's a beret?
It's like a
bandana?
It's like a bandana, essentially, but for the French.
Oh, it's the thing that when they tip it sideways, and it's usually black and has a little
bow on top. Like a little button or a little bow.
Yeah.
And then they pull out a French baguette,
which is a piece of bread,
the
hardest bread you could ever imagine.
That's why the French invented baseball. Baguettes were the original bat.
Oh,
that's why it's called Louisville Slugger.
I like it.
I love it.
Knock it out of the park, baby.
Oh, shit. Throw me some Brie and I'll hit it to left field.
Never dated a girl named Brie, I don't think.
Brie. Brie is a middle name of ladies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, I'm just saying, that doubles your pleasure right there, right?
Doubles your fun.
Doublemint gum.
When was the last time you ate gum?
I chew gum all the time.
Really, you do?
You never see me do it because we're record, and like I'm not chewing gum while we're recording.
I haven't ate gum in a long time, and I don't know why.
Do you have a Summa gum?
No, I never have a Summa gum, which is a main rule. I always have a Summa secrets, but I never have.
Really?
I always have a Summa secret.
Have you ever revealed a summer secret?
No, because then it wouldn't. No, it doesn't.
Well, I didn't know after if it's just within the confines of the 3-month period that is summer.
No, you can never tell your Summa secret.
Okay.
I will this year. I will be having to get new Summa trunks.
Well, that won't be a secret to anyone.
That's another rule. You got to have a brand new Summa suit.
Oh, a Summa suit?
Yeah.
And then specifically like a swimsuit or like
a swimsuit.
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know if it meant like you could just either buy a 3-piece.
No, because you can't wear the 3-piece suit at the beach.
What's that seersucker suit?
I don't know what that is.
That's what Paul F. Tompkins wears all the time.
Oh, okay.
Those kinds of suits.
I got you.
So it's not like that. It's a swimsuit. And are you going for what, like a Speedo? Are you going for a 3-piece? What are you doing?
No, I'm just going for midriffs.
Cover the midriff?
Well, I'm going to go a little bit above the knee.
Okay.
And a pattern that doesn't make me look fat.
So a lot of vertical lines, perhaps?
Lots of vertical lines. Just spent $1,000 this weekend on the pool.
On summer suits?
on the pool.
So essentially a summer suit for your pool.
That's right. The pool will have a new summer suit. And by God, if these motherfucking friends of mine don't come over and swim their little asses off all summer, I'm going to beat some ass.
You had parties all summer last year, and your brother was here every day.
Well, that doesn't count.
Your brother doesn't count?
No.
All right. Well, do you don't feel like he was fully utilized last year?
I don't think so.
No?
Not as much as it should have been.
What do you want? How many parties did you have out there? Like 3 or 4, right? At least.
Yeah.
Do you just want do you just want something socially happening here all the time?
I figure there's 2 ways to get my friends to come over. Have all the recording stuff.
All right.
And have a pool.
Okay.
That's a nice pool.
You've got it figured out then. All right.
Well, I got it figured out. But
no one comes over to my house. I need to get a pool.
Or some microphones. Microphone. So what's going on with you, buddy?
I don't know what it was today because right now we're in March.
Yep, we are in March. March 19th. We're halfway through it.
March.
I'm older. I'm a year older.
You just had a birthday.
43.
So happy birthday.
Thank you.
What'd you get for your birthday?
Oh, well, I got some Big E got some microphone arms.
Nice.
For me. That was a pleasant surprise.
You got to have proper recording equipment.
Yeah, and Kevmo Slice got me a shirt that was sold out. He sacrificed and didn't keep it.
So it sounded like he knew someone. He happened just to get in there to get one for himself. He's like, you know what? We're the same size. It's your birthday. Yep. I love you forever. I'm indebted to you fully.
Right.
Nice.
And then the thing that you got me.
Yeah. How do you like that?
It was the best present of all of them.
You are going to like it, actually. You are going to like it.
People shouldn't buy me presents.
Oh, thank God. I haven't bought it yet, so that gets me off the hook. This is being recorded, right?
Right.
Perfect.
Yep. You're good. I don't need presents.
But, do you have a birthday wish?
Yeah. A birthday wish.
Mm-hmm.
Do it if I tell it? Does it null and void it or?
Yes, it does.
Oh well, then yeah, I got a birthday wish.
That's all I want. I don't need to know what it is.
Oh well, the way you formed the question was like, what is your birthday wish?
No, I have no interest in that. I just want to know whether or not you have one. Now, I was thinking about something recently, unrelated to your birthday, which is almost dominates all my other thoughts. Is over the Christmas holiday. It's been a few months now, but I was thinking about this today for some reason. I'm not necessarily a church going fella, but every once in a while, my mom will be, "Hey, there's a big program happening," or "Come see me do the handbells." I say, "All right." So it makes her happy. I go to the thing,
Sure.
and there is this big Branch Davidian style Waco, Texas compound on the north side of Peoria called Northwoods Church.
Oh yeah.
And I call it that because they have an auditorium. It's massive.
Oh,
It can
it's
hold thousands of
humongous.
people. They have indoor basketball courts, indoor bookshops. I keep saying indoor like any of these things would be outside, minus the basketball courts. But they have like a coffee shop inside. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've been there.
I think it'll be like cockroaches, the original Nintendo cartridges, and the people who hide in the Northwoods bunker underground that will survive the apocalypse.
And I've been underground there because my second marriage, I was getting marriage counseling there, and this was probably the initial crumbling of the marriage. Because we got in an argument with this said therapist, and I walked out.
So, do you think you can trace the collapse of your second marriage to Northwoods Church?
Yes.
And what was the argument you had with the therapist?
The therapist said that I was dishonoring my wife and God because I went to Hooters for lunch during work one day.
Your wife had a problem with that?
Yes, she did.
Oh, well, this is the story where her coworker told on you, right?
Right.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And I said, if God really cares that I went to Hooters for lunch with all of my coworkers, then I guess that's the least of the problems that I have.
Knowing you as I do, and not even back then, I would agree that is the least of your problems.
Yeah.
But shame on you for going to Hooters. The food's terrible.
Yeah.
That's the only place I've ever gone where I ordered the chicken wings and there was a feather still on them on more than one occasion. Not a joke. It really happened.
Oh.
I want to know how that feather survived the fryer. It did.
That's really weird.
But I go to the Northwoods Church with some of my family, and again, it's just massive. There's even a line to get in. And
It's a big. It's huge.
Yeah,
deal.
and we've had some cold days. It was middle end of December, and I think it was odd degrees outside, so we're freezing out there waiting to get in. We go in the front door. We hand the tickets. We're going through the line.
Yeah, do you have to have tickets to go to church? That's insane.
Essentially, they're free, but they don't want to overload the church past maximum capacity. I think that's the theory there, and I'm okay with that as long as they're free. That's fine. And the show was great too. I have to say, I'm not necessarily a church going fellow, but they had people hanging from the ceilings. They had a rotating stage. They had professional video cameras, big projection screens, the whole kit and caboodle. And it was very impressive setup and a very impressive program. But the thing that bothered me is when we were getting right in the door, we go up and there's a little barricade set up to kind of file the people in.
Sure.
And as they hand the ticket, there's a man there. It's a police officer man, and he makes you open your coat and your purse, and they're checking. This is hot on the heels. I think you could say this probably for the past 5-8 years of mass shootings.
Right.
So they're worried about a mass shooting at a church. I used to go to church very regularly, religiously, some would say.
Hey.
Thanks. And I've never experienced that. It was wildly off-putting to me to go to church and then have to stand in line and be frisked by the man.
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever had anything like that happen to you?
Not frisked at a church because I don't go to them very often. I did go to that church for a different seminar with my newest wife.
Northwoods.
Yeah, we went there for there was a special marriage. These people had written a book and they were giving a seminar.
Why did you go back to a marriage thing at that church?
No. This was like a touring couple. They gave seminars. So
but what was the seminar about?
how to have a good marriage, I guess.
There is humor in that, isn't there?
There's very much humor,
Okay.
but I can't say to my third wife, "Hey, I can't go to this church because I walked out." You know what I mean?
I guess.
Because I give as the least amount of information as possible. So,
aren't you worried she's going to listen
no,
back to this?
I'm not worried at all.
No, I don't. Right.
I don't even know, and I don't worry at all about that.
But I want to make my mom happy and go to these things.
Sure.
But like a switch turned in me, and the guy's like, "Please open your coat." And I was like, "What's this for? What are you doing?" He's like, "We just need to check everyone that comes in here." I was like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, this sucks."
Yeah.
I said, "This sucks, man."
It's super bad.
I said I was channeling my father, I think, because my dad was quick to anger and to like just end things.
Right.
And I was about ready to turn around and get out of there because I was like, "What in the fuck are we doing? We're going to praise Christ Almighty, and they're checking to see if I have a
Right.
weapon all up on me."
I envision you being as mad as you were at Portello's with that old man who was about 75 years old, and you were like, "What the fuck is your problem?" You know,
My anger only it tops out when I'm facing someone I know I can defeat.
right. Well, and that was very, very alarming to me because I had never seen
very
you.
uncharacteristic,
I'd never seen you frustrated before, and
Yeah.
you were quick. I mean, it wasn't a, "Hey, I'm grouchy," and now this guy's getting my. It was like, "Hey, we're listening to 80s rap music on our way home from seeing Comedy Bang Bang,"
That's
and,
right.
and this old guy, you just lost your fucking mind.
I didn't care for what he was doing.
Yeah, I got you. I didn't say you were wrong. I just said that it mirrored.
Yeah.
That story mirrored the story that I have.
I empathize with the old man because if I was working at a Portillo's at his extremely advanced age, I'd probably be pretty salty myself.
Right, yeah.
So kudos to him. He's probably dead now. R.I.P. Rest in power, and God bless him and his family. Do we have fan feedback today?
We got a touch or two of fan
the
feedback.
touch, the feel of fan feedback.
The touch, the feel of fan. My mom always texts me when
The
we're out.
comments of our lives.
Oh yeah, okay, here we go. I got like a pain in my side of my head right now.
Should you want me to punch you in it? Punch you in the head?
Oh, that hurts.
Do you want me to pour this whiskey on you? Do we need to stop?
No, I just.
How about we go faster? Would that help?
Okay, no, that would definitely not. So we had talked to in a prior episode about whether the toilet water in Australia goes the opposite way, like they say.
To me, that was the focal point of that episode.
Right. And also, I asked Dee Dee if she'd ever seen a scorpion. Remember?
Yes,
It's
I
very
do.
important for me.
So this is Dee Dee, one of our frequent flyers from Australia. One of our top tier frequent flyers,
Oh,
absolutely.
Very much so. She's the ambassador to
That's
Australia.
right. Yep.
She messaged me. She says, "I've seen a few, but compared to everything else, they're not really dangerous." And she sent me a link to the multiple breeds of scorpions in Australia.
Yeah.
And then she sent me a video of the toilet flushing, but I was unable to watch it. I was unable to watch it. It says something went wrong. Please try again. And I said, she said, public tonsillitis. Public tonsillitis.
Oh,
Remember?
yes, yeah.
And then she sent me a picture of a scorpion inside a fish's mouth.
I don't think that's a scorpion. I've seen pictures like that before. That's some sort of weird parasite. That's terrifying to me.
A Simatha exigia.
That's it. That's the one.
And I said, the video wouldn't play, sad face. Thank you for the answer. 2,000 frequent flyer points. And then I asked her how she's been.
Folks, it's just that easy to rack up frequent flyer points. Send us a fish with a bug in its mouth, okay? Boom, points.
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything. You have to hashtag shit. Just send us a picture with one animal inside of another animal.
The video of the toilet didn't even work, and I still gave her points for it. And also, Dee Dee had, because I asked her how she was doing. We hadn't heard from her, and it had been a while. And she put, the official Couch Pilots Australian Embassy is closed this week for the annual holidays. This is a photo evidence of your ambassador trying to relax. Please note, according to American legends, the water was checked for the following before she entered: sharks, crocodiles, taipans, funnel web spiders, box jellyfish, drop bears, stonefish, blue ring octopuses, and piranhas.
These are the fears they face daily down under.
Yeah. Laura Garcia responded to that picture and put, "Party hard with your girls. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll hear from you soon." And I said, "What holiday is it?" Glad she's relaxing. So I guess when they say when they say holiday, they mean they're on vacation.
Holiday.
Celebrate.
It could be a holiday.
Oh, I know. I don't know anymore.
Spend some time to celebrate.
Don't know.
It could be.
Ooh, Jesus.
It could be so nice.
You want to fly?
Up.
Up?
Take me up. I take me up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
After this, remind me to show you I made a meme the other day.
Okay. I got something I want to say first.
Okay.
Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes in her side, Chief. We was coming back from the island of Teantielete. We had just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about a half hour. Tiger. 13-footer. You know how you know that in the water, Chief? You can tell by looking at the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was that our bomb mission was so secret no distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. The very first light, Chief, sharks come cruising by, so we formed ourselves into tight groups. It was sort of like you see in those calendars, you know, the infantry squares in the old calendars in the Battle of Waterloo? And the idea was the shark would come to the nearest man, the man starts pounding and hollering. Sometimes that shark he'd go away, sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark looks right into your eyes. And the thing about a shark is he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't even seem to be living till he bites you. And then those black eyes roll over white. And then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red, and despite all your pounding, all your hollering, those sharks come in, and they rip you to pieces. You know, that was the first time I was frightened, waiting for my turn, and I'll never put on a life jacket again. So 1,100 men went into the water, 316 men come out, the sharks took the rest. June the 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.
Blazing
The show's
Saddles.
Couch Pilots. Blazing Saddles. Very good.
Is that what that was from?
That was, yeah. That was Mel Brooks' narration at the beginning.
All right. Couch Pilots. That's what we are. That's who we are. That's what we're doing.
That's, if you want a good summary of the show, I just said it.
Oh, yeah. That's the best summary I've ever heard. A+.
Oh, boy. Today we discussed the pilot episode of Kelly's Kids from the year of our Lord 1974. Great year.
Pretty darn good year. 1974.
Yeah.
It was
It's pretty good.
It was.
All right?
That was pretty
It's
good.
Pretty good year.
My mom and dad had sex,
They sure did.
and then I was born in 75.
Nice.
74. So I would have been -1.
And I was -7.
All right.
Neither of us were born yet, right?
Right. I was right on the bicuspid.
Waiting to bite down on that entry to Earth, right?
Right. Bite down on my mom's urethra.
Is that how that works? You bite down on your mom's pee tube? Ugh. God, you know, ladies always say we got it bad. They do. They have it worse than us. As far
I meant to say uterus. It's uterus.
You ever have a lady bite on your pee tube?
I've asked her to a couple times.
Boy,
More, I say nibble. I don't say bite because women are literal women. I mean, their communication skills are literal.
are they? I feel like we're more literal.
I know. It's opposite day.
No, it isn't. So you ask a lady to bite down on you.
Well, just a little nibble once in a while.
Bite down on you like some shark there, Chief?
What was that from?
It's Jaws.
Oh, I never saw that.
Okay, there is a list, like, of just quintessential movies, Quint being a character from Jaws, but that you just have to see.
Crush Like Quinn.
Crush Like Quinn, that's right. That was a Jessica Biel movie from the late 90s?
No, it's a Howard Kramer song.
That's good, too.
Crush Like Quinn.
You have to see Jaws. You have to see Back to the Future.
Why?
Because they're
I've made it through life without any of that.
Have you really made it through life this far, Blake?
I appear to be happy.
I mean, you have a pool, so I guess I can't argue with it. Maybe I should go back and have my mind erased of all these films, and maybe I too could have a pool.
Do you want a pool though?
Is there any responsibility with it?
Oh, there is way too much, to be honest with
Then
you.
I do not. Oh, boy. But what I do want to do is, now, for me, 1981 and on, from you, 1975 and on,
Right.
we lived through those times. We have crystal clear, photogenic memories of
Sure.
those times. But now we're talking about a time where we weren't around.
We weren't even here.
But we have to learn about
But was
these
I here?
times.
Was I here? Because if I was in my mom's belly, wasn't I here?
Do you think all kids are just hanging out in the bellies until they're ready to grow and come out? And furthermore, do you remember that time?
Do you remember when you were in your mom's belly? It depends on what month this came out.
September.
Was it really September?
That's the name of that song.
No, I know, because that's Eli's birthday. That's how he reminds everybody. He sings it, the 21st of September.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's like, do you remember the 21st day of September, when I was born?
Really, really butchers it. If you were Earth, Wind, or Fire, which one would you be?
I would think I would be fire.
Me too. That's the best.
Will both of them be fire?
Both fire. You guys are a band just called Fire and Fire?
Fire squared.
Fire.
Fire squared.
Fire. I want to go back to 1974 in my mind. Because that's the only way that we can put ourselves in the time frame in which this pilot was released.
Right. We can't look at this pilot from, in the eyes of 2018. It wouldn't be fair. We would say they would all suck. We would be like, oh, it sucked.
We've been doing this for a while, and you would think that no matter when a pilot would come out, we would be ready and prepared for it. It's just not the case.
No.
There's too much time that has passed for us to take it all in and regurgitate that. We're going to talk about it now. We need to put ourselves there right now.
Okay.
55 mile per hour speed limit imposed to preserve gas usage U.S.-wide.
So they raised the speed limit.
I think they lowered it.
Oh, they lowered it.
That's to save gas.
Oh, to save gas.
They had a gas crisis under James Carter. But I think this is pre-Carter, isn't it? I think this is Ford, right?
Could be. Or Mercury. Chevy, maybe.
Maybe a nice DeVille.
She took my money, my old Bonneville.
The show is built on the back of
Headed
these
out to
songs.
Texas to see you swim.
I live in a time where I exceed 75 miles per hour on the interstate daily.
On the rigs.
How about you?
I tell you what. 75, 80. Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
1974, they've got cars that weigh 200 tons on the road. There's a half mile per gallon. Right now, my vehicle gets like 30, 34 miles a gallon.
Wow, nice.
And you know what? I'm pressing on the gas all the way down. I'm wasting as much gas as possible.
Right, because it's all over the world. It's
There's gas
abundant.
everywhere. There's so many dead dinosaurs. We're just bleeding them dry, literally.
Exactly.
How many miles per hour does your vehicle get, you think?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
But I mean, just like make it up for the show.
About 27.
Not bad.
Nice.
Not bad. That being the truth, not bad.
It will set you free.
Estimate of the world's population reaches, what do you think? 6.5.
5 billion.
4 billion.
I was going to say 4.
That's crazy, though, right?
Oh, yeah, 4 billion people. That's ridiculous. But now it's probably, what, 10?
No, I think it's past 7. Wow. In just 40 years, we've almost doubled the world's population.
That's crazy. Quit fucking people.
Yeah, start fucking animals. Quit fucking people,
Just
right?
start shooting in our eye. I don't know why people don't take advantage of that opportunity to do that.
Yeah, just put it in. Girls want it. They'll act like they don't.
Yeah.
They'll be like, it burns. I can't see anything.
My
No.
eyes swollen shut. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm allergic. I might lose this retina. Well, hey, guess what? You want a baby instead? You want to you want to overpopulate the world?
Right. You want a week of discomfort, or do you want 18 years of discomfort?
It's this or this. Those are the only two options,
Yes.
right? Overpopulation is going to be a thing.
Oh yeah, it already is a thing.
I think every person in the world could live in America, and they would still have enough room. I think is what they've said. But still, there's too much. There's too many people.
Yeah.
There's too many people. We've figured out we have to stop reproducing, and then all of us that are currently alive, we just all have to live forever. We have to start the singularity and become one with the computer.
I don't want to live forever.
Oh, come on. What if you and I live together? We could.
That changes everything.
We could do 10,000 episodes of Couch Pilots.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Isn't that the dream?
Yeah.
What?
That would be cool. 10,000 episodes.
What would we do? What would we do for our 10,000th episode?
Oh, I know.
What?
We would do my two moms.
Finally, huh?
Yep.
But that people have been waiting a millennia for. I think at that time, obviously, we'd be computers. I think 10,000 episodes roll around. We resurrect our flesh and bone corpse, and we do an old-fashioned episode with our bodies.
Yeah. Like 10,000 Maniacs.
Great band. Elvis Presley's Aloha from Hawaii television special is seen around the world by more than how many viewers?
100 million.
1 billion.
Jeez. I was way off.
So this is right. And they say the population reaches 4 billion.
Yeah.
And
One out of every 4 people watched that Elvis special.
Can you believe that?
It's insane.
It seems almost unrealistic.
Jeez.
This is talking about the people deep dark in the Congo. 1 out of 4 of them are watching it, right? Didi's watching it.
Right.
You know? The Philippines, the island nation of Bikini Atoll, they're watching it.
That's insane. And people in Alaska and Antarctica.
1 out of 4 of them.
That is insane. Was he really that good?
By 74, I think this is...
This is a downturn because he died in 75.
Peanut butter and banana.
Yeah, he died in 75, I think, didn't he? 74 or 75.
Right around there.
Yeah, he's already, he's bloated out. Mm-hmm. He's gotten lazy to where he can't even sing.
Is this... Okay, it's 1974. We have 4, maybe 5 television channels on TV. Is this a viewing of convenience, or are people tuning in for the spectacle that is big, fat, disgusting Elvis?
Well, they either had the option probably of watching Elvis or a tennis match of some kind.
Maybe like the original Doctor Who?
Okay. Or like Bonanza, a rerun of Bonanza.
Ooh.
And that's what you got.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bonanza.
I can understand the young Elvis. But like
sexy 1956 Elvis?
Yeah, but once you go to 1965, no.
Great Elvis song.
He had a great hair back then.
He's great hair, right? Oh my God! Do you remember when he was in Forrest Gump?
No.
Oh, you never saw Forrest Gump?
No.
Put that on the list.
All right.
That's it. I'm back in 1974. I've traveled there in my mind.
I'm there. I'm ready to go.
I feel it all around, right?
Yep.
Bell bottoms, other style of clothing.
Straight long hair.
Curly hair.
Parted in the middle.
Yeah, ponytails.
Yep.
Bob haircut.
Yep.
Robert haircut.
Neil and Bob haircuts.
Why did we choose to watch Kelly's Kids?
There's 3 simple criteria that we've used now for on 12 seasons and 9 episodes.
Hasn't steered us wrong yet.
This is the one thing that we can say has never changed and never been broken on this show. Oh, no, wait, it has. When we did the 100th episode.
Oh, that was special circumstances.
Okay. First, it had to be a pilot that was that failed. One and done. Whether it aired or not is irrelevant, but only one was made. Don't try to say, oh, well, there was one, and then there was one done, the same thing, doing with different actors.
Don't say that. Don't try and say that.
No.
Just like physically, don't even try to form those words.
We've been there. We've done that. The second is we had to find it on the interwebs. It's pointless for us to talk about something that we've never seen. And 3, it had to be free, baby, because we cannot afford anything.
We're poor.
Very poor.
We're very poor.
Poor.
That's a Canadian accent I'm doing.
Oh.
Poor. I'm sorry. I feel lousy because I'm so poor.
Very good job. You know what? You could probably escape to Canada if Trump keeps fucking up. You probably go up there and they won't even know.
You know what? I said it once. I said it a million times. I love Donald Trump. Everything that comes out of his mouth is pure gold. I'm so glad he's here. Where can you find the entire episode of Kelly's Kids to watch for your stupid self? You can watch the entire episode by subscribing to Couch Pilots and Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes. Or download the app for Daily Motion and check out all the commotion. See, Blake, the key to that part of the show is the rhyming.
Unbelievable. You're a genius.
I'm glad someone thinks so.
Oh, I've always thought you were a genius.
I wish you would tell my dad I'm a genius.
Sound like all the engines are okay? There's something like a sputter.
I was having this discussion with my daughter recently.
About a sputtering engine?
Well, just about how a plane wants to stay in the air and we can go without one engine if we have to.
Oh.
Yeah. We can. We're fine.
But doesn't it just make you go in a circle?
Yeah. But we're not dead.
It's true.
Until we run out of gas and we just fall from the sky.
Yeah.
Summary of the pilot. The Bradys. Now, when we say Bradys, we're talking the Brady Bunch.
Here's a story
Bum, ba, bum.
of a lovely lady
Bum, bum, ba, bum.
who was bringing up three very lovely girls.
Lovely girls are
All
lovely.
of them had hair of gold,
Just
like their mother, the youngest one in curls.
Curls. Youngest one in curl. That's as low as I can go.
I can't do
It's
the.
pretty good, right?
I can't do the boy parts because it's so high.
Yeah, none of those boys hit puberty.
Here's a story of a man named Brady who was busy with three boys of his own.
Dun, dun, dun.
They were four men living all together.
All together.
If they were all alone. Ba-da-ba-da-bow.
There was a lot of people in that Brady bunch.
There was way too many people in that house.
So many people in that Brady
So
bunch.
there was 6 kids, a husband and wife, and then Alice, and then Benjamin, the dog.
And then later Oliver, and then I think for like season 3 and part of 4, Sam the Butcher lived there too.
Sam lived there? Oh, no, but Alice and him did get married, but she moved out, right?
Yes, if memory serves.
Yeah.
Like he stopped bringing home cold cuts is what it was.
Hey-o.
The Brady's friend Ken and Kathy Kelly, or KKK as I call them, announced plans to adopt a little boy named Matt from a local orphanage. They wind up adopting Matt's friends, an Asian and an African American, and upsetting their racist next-door neighbor. When the boys find out about their neighbor's less than welcoming attitude, they run away to the Bradys. But Ken and Kathy convince them there is nothing to worry about.
Perfect summary.
A perfect summary.
Perfect.
I disagree.
Really?
I think this gives a little bit too much away. This
okay.
This wraps it up. This puts a bow on it. I don't want a bow on my summary. I want a little something flapping in the wind. So I want to go over that summary and tie it up and investigate it for myself.
All right. I concede.
And I honor your opinion. They are. That's all they are. is our
Namaste.
opinions. Oh, Namaste Tuesday.
No, it's not a Wednesday?
Brady Bunch. Next part of the show is Sorry. Interesting facts.
Ooh, interesting facts. It's just a segment name. Jason has scoured the internet. He has found some facts that you may not know about this, and he's going to explain them to you. He's going to reach out to your eardrums and tell you about them. We just ask. I mean, very simple rule. We ask that you don't have a conversation with anyone in regards to your thoughts on these facts because they're facts. Your thoughts are irrelevant when it comes to the factual information of these facts. Yeah. And it's a very simple rule. It's one of the easiest rules that we have on this show. And, just let Jason say them, absorb them, take them in, and you can discuss them with your pet. We did make an amendment.
Yep, that's exactly right. And you know what? You say that very calmly, collected.
Well, that's
smooth.
what a good podcaster would do.
Yeah, sometimes I get a little testy about the interesting facts because because sometimes people will taint the experience of others. And what are you laughing about?
So
taint none of your business. How about that? I'm quick to anger as I was at Portillo's, and I'm glad that you took that over because I can't. We shouldn't be angry. I've seen too much. I have interesting facts. PSTD.
Right.
PTSD.
I got you.
ASMFR. Release date, January 4th, 1974. So when we say 1974, we mean like one of the very first days.
Yeah, it's like the you're still hungover.
Right. 3 days later. That was a part. What kind of party is that?
When this came out, my parents hadn't had sex yet.
No.
I mean, they had sex because they were married. Oh. But they hadn't. They didn't have sex to make me.
That's how you consummate the marriage, right?
Well, they had sex before they got married, and that's how my brother came along, and that's why they got married.
Oh. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Look how he turned out, huh?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a pool.
Technically, he does.
It's not for him. Anyone can use it. That's a apartment swimming pool. Todd Lookinland, who plays Matt, is the main kid who is adopted, is the real-life brother of Brady Bunch series regular Mike Lookinland, who plays Bobby Brady.
Oh, they look alike.
Well, they were brothers. And still are brothers.
Now that you mention it, they look alike.
Yeah. Fact.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Although this episode didn't end up launching Kelly's Kids as a series, the concept was later reworked as Nothing Is Easy from 1986, starring Elliot Gould and D. Wallace Stone.
Ugh, Elliot Gould.
You don't like Elliot Gould?
No.
What's wrong with him?
I don't like his name.
Which part? Is it the Elliot or the Gould?
The Gould.
It's just a weird kind. It's like I got a loogie sitting in the back of my throat. And I'm trying to help.
Or maybe I'm thinking of Mel Torme.
The Velvet Fog. That's what his nickname was. You remember that?
No.
The Velvet Fog. Because his voice is like velvet. And you could see through him.
His voice caused accidents.
Yeah. That's right. That's exactly right. He's a terrible man, responsible for the death of hundreds of people. Interesting facts. The first time that special guest stars were introduced in the beginning of the show, an obvious plug for the proposed stars of the pilot. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they showed their picture, video. It wasn't just a picture; it was a video of them, right?
Well, they flashed their face up there, and they kind of moved in a little bit.
And they put their names on there.
It was almost like the same kind of box that you see in the Brady Bunch intro, where they're moving around, looking at each other, like oh hey, you got Cindy over here? Oh, I'll take one of those.
Yeah. Yep.
Kelly's Kids was the 14th episode of season 5 of the Brady Bunch TV series, also the 109th overall episode in the series.
Wow.
So this is kind of like The Farm when we watch The Office, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's part of a series, but it was meant to be the pilot.
Right.
So in my eyes, it totally counts.
It works for me.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Written by Sherwood Schwartz, who created the Brady Bunch.
Benny.
What's that?
Benny Schwartz.
Oh no, Sherwood Schwartz.
Oh.
That's close. I get what you're saying. This is the only episode other than the pilot titled "The Honeymoon," credited to Sherwood Schwartz.
All those episodes, what was he still doing around?
I think it's one of those.
Was he just in the office?
Probably so. I think this is one of those things where it's like he wrote the first one, so he's credited with creating the series. So if they're going to do a spinoff, he writes the spinoff, so he can be credited with the creation.
So he's got the producer money.
I'm sure that has something to do with it. And interesting facts over.
Nice, good job. I liked him.
Oh, thank you. And Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. I wonder if Jason got some Twitter responses.
I didn't. Karaoke Big E.
Karaoke Big E is what he said.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite bodyguard here, Big E. And I was wanting to tell you about my upcoming FCF Network podcast called Karaoke Big E. Me and my co-host, Kevin Clark, are going to sing some songs karaoke style, have some laughs, and totally wreak havoc on your ear holes. We will be joined by a rotating cast of characters, all telling the story of why they chose the songs they sang. So please join us every Tuesday on Apple Podcast or your favorite podcast app of choice. And remember, you can't be a star if you don't shine.
I love Karaoke Big E.
I love to hear that show, which is the only really way you can consume it.
Oh, yeah. I think they should. I'm thinking about making this into a video studio, too.
Oh, really? So just a full, you want to turn Air Force One into a full immersive studio.
Yep.
We have the technology.
Oh,
we can rebuild it.
If you build it, my friends will keep coming over. But it's such a fun show to watch as well as listen.
Well, largely, you're the kind of the third Beatle there, right? Because
Engineer Cody Blake.
You engineer most of the shows.
I don't. I really don't. I just sit here and do other stuff. To be honest with you,
So you don't do any real work. You just chime in when you want to.
Oh, and it makes them mad.
Well,
but I'm sitting next to the board, so I just unmute my microphone and say something.
You really have full control of what's happening.
I do.
Very nice. Oh, mercy. I've never seen him act like that. Yes, Karaoke Big E comes out every Tuesday. Really just a fun listen.
Yeah,
it's going to make you want to sing along with them.
You'll be in your car singing along or at work singing along. I'm at the welding robot every Tuesday singing along.
Getting stabbed in the head by the robot?
No, I haven't been stabbed in a long time.
Hey, what was that new Twitter responses song you did?
Just changed it up a little bit.
Something you've been working on?
Yeah.
It really sounds good.
In the studio. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Man. Oh.
Can I take a moment to plug another show that we don't have a promo for yet?
I don't know that we have time, do we? I'm just joking.
Oh, okay.
Please go ahead.
No, I wanted to promote Heel versus Face podcast. The first episode came out on the 9th of March. We don't have a promo yet, but it's where me and Kevmo Slice, we're doing a wrestling podcast.
Professional.
I'm
going to do a competing amateur wrestling podcast.
Are you ever going to be on our show?
If you invite me.
Okay. But it comes out like the week before a pay-per-view, and and
It's a good primer to pump you up for an event.
yeah, we do some picks, and we do. There's always a wrestling bit of some kind that we do. A comedy bit that has to do with wrestling. We celebrate Happy Death Day every episode.
So many dead wrestlers.
Yep, and we just have a different person come on, and it's more to celebrate the entertainment. It's fun. A lot of wrestling podcasts, you hear people just ragging on wrestling and bitching about everything.
Too serious about
We're just all about having a good time and enjoying wrestling for what it is. So
it used to be World Wrestling Federation, and then they said, "Hey, no, this panda is called World Wrestling Federation. You have to change it." So they said World Wrestling Entertainment. That's what it is. Entertainment. It's supposed to be fun, entertaining.
Exactly.
I used to be a fan of wrestling a little bit in the '80s. I didn't know anything, so I would randomly catch it, and I thought Hulk Hogan was awesome. And then I would in the mid or late '90s to the early aughts, I watched professional wrestling. I haven't as of late. As the time of this recording right now, I've not heard an episode because it hasn't been released of your show, but I'm excited for it.
Yep.
And for people who love Blake but hate Jason, this is a great show to listen to. Heel versus face, right?
There's not many people that love me and hate you. It's usually the other way around.
I was trying to be nice.
Oh. Thank you, Jason. No, but the first episode, we review... we go and make our picks for Fastlane pay-per-view, and Miles is on the show, and Kev kills it. Kev kills it as always. So it's something different. It's something fun.
Absolutely, that's the name of the game.
It's not gonna be you're not gonna be tied down to every week listening. Mm-hmm. So yeah, subscribe to it on. It's available, and like I said, episode 1 came out on the 9th. Episode 2. Comes out on April 6th, and that's going to be the WrestleMania special.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear this show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for the time, by the way.
Oh, my pleasure. But now it's time to dig into this pilot.
Let's dig into this pilot.
Oh, yeah, Kelly's Kids. Now, like they said, or like we said, this is part of the Brady Bunch. So right away, you get the Brady Bunch theme.
And you kind of touched on it earlier, but it always annoyed me that they had all each person in a different block with a blue background, and they just kept like looking at all the corners and stuff.
Right.
Is this to tell me that they're in a 3-story cube in real life? It was dumb.
They're in some sort of virtual prison.
It looks dumb. Just have their pictures. There was no need for it.
I agree it's dumb, but it is iconic at this
point.
Oh, yeah,
right? It's definitely iconic, but the people were dumb in the 70s. My mom and dad had sex.
So many dumb people in the 70s. Something else I think about the Brady Bunch in general, which I've never seen too many episodes of, and I don't really care for it. It's the Full House. Like Full House for me, that growing up in the 90s, That's what I watched. Late 80s to the mid 90s, I watched every episode of Full House. I was the right age for it. My mom was the right age for the Brady Bunch.
Sure.
I go back and I watch Full House now. I was like, oh, this is terrible. Same thing with the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch is awful.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, but it hit a sweet spot.
There's a nostalgia to it now, but 100%. The only reason it's on reruns now is for nostalgia purposes,
without a doubt. So we click on
there
the
was the Partridge Family, then there was the Brady Bunch,
right?
Then there was Full House.
Yeah, and never the twain shall meet. So we click on our classically blue link. It takes us to the show. But I don't know about you, but the version I saw had a weird frame.
Oh, it makes me so mad.
It's so weird, right? There was a frame around the actual show.
And it looked like a movie theater. Like it was on a movie screen.
Yeah, the stage, you had the rows of seats, you had curtains on either side. It didn't cut into the picture at all. It just framed it out. It had to be some sort of weird copyright thing.
Could be.
That had to have been.
Could have been.
So we hear the Brady Bunch theme, and the song is slower and a lot longer than I remember.
Thank you, because I said the song is slower, question mark. It does seem slower.
It took forever.
It was like, till the one day when this lady... And it wasn't an issue with the sound.
No.
At all.
It didn't sound sped up or slowed down.
No,
it just seemed
longer.
Like
it was a different, like a bootleg copy of like a live version.
It was very bizarre.
It was like a Grateful Dead song. It just never seemed to end.
Just real quick, too, who's the best Brady Bunch character?
I don't know.
It's Alice. Alice is the best.
Okay.
Alice is the best character.
Yeah. All right.
That's just that interesting fact. So you got an exterior shot of the Brady residence.
That's a classic. They always, right before the episode would start, you saw the picture of the outside.
Yep.
But this one, like we said, they show Ken Berry and Brooke Bundy, the special guests.
Both great alliteration names.
Yeah, very much so.
And you might remember Ken Berry from like Mama's Family and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Actually, he had performed at the Barn 2, Conklin's Theater, right outside of the Peoria area way back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting fact.
It is, but not necessarily pertaining to that show, but an interesting fact in general.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was a kind of a song and dance guy.
Oh, for sure. We see that later, like big time. It was really cool, I thought. All the kids, all the Brady kids are playing in their perfect AstroTurf backyard.
I wrote AstroTurf Yard. High five that shit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like they're all out there. All 6 kids are out there. There's basketball, there's ping pong, there's frisbee. Everything's going on. It just keeps getting louder and louder and louder. Yep. It was already annoying.
And right instantly, we're into the premise of the show. Ken and Kathy Kelly, the neighbors, are inside. And mind you, these are neighbors we have never seen before throughout the entire series. But they're inside, sitting at a table, talking to Mike and Carol Brady about their upcoming adoption.
Yeah. They're gonna, they were, the Bradys inspired them. They want to be parents.
Yep.
And so they've decided to adopt Matt, who's 8 years old.
I can only assume that Kathy Kelly was barren, but they didn't mention that.
That would have added a little twist.
She could have said just a quick line like, "Oh, my insides are rotten."
Right.
Like that would have.
I'm over 35. It's not healthy for me to do this.
Right. We don't have the technology they have
Actually,
in 2018.
Were they in their 40s? Ooh.
I bet they were in their mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
I bet.
And the Kellys are talking to the Bradys about how wonderful it would be to have a child, and the Mr. and Mrs. Brady are like, yes, that's wonderful. They're the joy of our lives.
To watch them grow up and love them.
And it just keeps getting louder and louder outside, and they're screaming and fighting.
Yeah.
And so Greg goes, Greg?
Mike Brady is the father.
Mike goes and just slides open the window and says, "Hey!" And he goes, "Hey, hey!" And Greg goes, "What?" And that's what my kids do. You start yelling, "Hey, hey!" And they go, "What?" Like, you're bothering me.
Yeah. He died of AIDS. Did you know that?
The dad did?
Yeah.
Was he gay?
He's a gay guy.
Oh.
I don't know why you make that jump, but you're absolutely right. He was gay.
Well,
no, you're right. I think he had done some stuff with the Bradys, even into the 80s, but he turned out to be a gay guy who totally died of AIDS.
Right on.
Right on, man. He's in hell with Freddie Mercury now. Anyway, this is the first time, too, that I really noticed, we got the classic laugh track.
Oh, yeah.
Ha, 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
And I got to say this, and I don't care how old she is, I am meta milk boning out for one Marsha Brady.
Yeah. Good looking. I'm not going to lie.
I can only assume she was in her late 20s at that point. And so it makes it perfectly okay for me to have those kind of feelings.
Keep thinking that.
We might get a Marsha Meta
Really?
Bonier bump. I don't know.
Wow.
She wasn't in it very long, but that doesn't mean blood wasn't flowing to certain parts of my body and activating erectile tissue.
Okay. All right.
Very
clinical.
I want to speak very bluntly about.
Don't speak ill of the penis.
Or
there was a house breaking. A house broke. They're like the Kellys are like, yeah, and ours already comes house broke.
Nice. Yeah,
that's a good adoption joke, right? Hey, I've got a kid that's already house broke, but I'm pumped.
In the pantheon of adoption jokes, that is one of them. But yeah,
listeners, tweet us your best adoption joke.
# comment or Cupid. The transition to the Kellys' house, or not even to the Kellys' house, but like. From this point in the show forward, they pretty much just transition to the Kellys entirely.
Yeah. It's a swoosh. The Bradys are gone for right now.
Yeah, we sprinkle them in a little bit later here and there, but this is the Kellys show. Going
and they're standing in front of the house, and this is when they brought Matt home. It's like a puppy at a kennel.
When they first stay in there, it's very clearly like a green screen, right?
Right behind them.
And then they turn to the face of the house, and then it's clearly a set there. But they go there, and the new kid is welcome to his home.
And he's like, wow.
Yeah, his bedroom. He can't believe everything.
Wow.
Oh, I got a bed. I got my own.
Wow, I got toys.
I got my own bed here. See. Oh. He's excited about all of his new stuff, and then the next scene, he's playing checkers.
And they're already calling him son, and he's already calling them mom and dad, and he's only been with them for like 10 minutes.
I made a note of that later too. That they acclimated very very quickly to those kind of terms.
Yep, not Chinese checkers, just a regular American checkers.
Yeah, we got a Chinaman coming later for some checkers, but right now it's just good old fashioned USA checkers, and so he's playing with his dad. And then I think he beats the guy. And
the dad goes, "Well, you're pretty good at checkers." He's like, "Well, at the home, I lose all the time. You must be really bad."
Yeah. And then they're showing him the bathroom, And then they go to bed for the night, and the kid's saying his prayers, and he wants to bless all of his friends back at the.
Right, they didn't even tell him to go down and say his prayers. He dropped to his knees instantly.
Yeah. That is a trope of those old Catholic. Are you satisfied with that? What you just said? You blow your nose into the mic. But I think that's it's probably a trope of not only the times, but maybe it was like a Catholic run orphanage or something. Sure. Anyway,
no, because it didn't say saint or sister.
Yeah, no, that's true. And then then it cuts to a scene where you hear like a
military
horn. Yeah,
military music.
We both caught that. High five it.
Ooh, whoa!
Nice.
You almost threw your phone at me.
I keep getting a weird number wanting to FaceTime me.
Ooh,
I don't know who it is.
Kinky.
Should I answer it right live here on the show?
Yeah, let's do it right now.
This is a FaceTime. Who is it?
Hi.
Who is it?
Where'd you go?
Who is it?
I have no idea. Never seen that person in my life.
All right, I'm getting rid of that phone call.
It was a big. Is it? Are you gone?
I don't know. Yeah.
It's a big like tsunami lady, like a sumo lady.
A sumo lady?
Yeah.
Of what ethnicity?
Sumoist.
Oh, is it?
And she was huge, and she was just laying in a bed.
Weird. As a woman, a full-grown woman? Really?
Like a Hawaiian lady or something.
I might have to call that number back.
She looked mad. She looked mad.
It's pretty off-putting to, like, call a number and see a man on a microphone. That's how we do it.
You just got punked.
That's how we do it here anyway, folks.
So military music comes on, and this is Mrs. Payne. She's the next door neighbor, and she doesn't like kids. Her husband doesn't like kids, and she goes, I noticed you brought one home. Wait, well, yeah, we brought a kid home. Why wouldn't we?
And that the music, like we mentioned in High Five about earlier, it really is saying
this
is the kind of person you're dealing with. Yeah. It's her intro music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was like something they would play when Stalin was walking around.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
that's very interesting to me. So she's knocking on the door, and it means she's evil, and she's kind of a cunt.
Oh, super cunty. And she's basically saying, hey, little boys make messes and destroy stuff, and I don't want.
They trample flowers. They write on the walls,
and some of the stuff they write is not. I don't remember how she worded it, and he basically like calls her bluff, and she's like, what do you do for a living? And he's like, I got a nightclub act, and she's like, well, that's great. At least somebody has to do it.
Someone's got to do it. Yeah. Pretty much shitting on what he does.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sorry, but this house, if one of the incomes is a nightclub act, and you can afford this fucking big, huge house, more power to you, my friend.
Absolutely, more power to him. The Kellys then enter the boy's room because he's crying, and he's doing that because he's thinking about all of his friends. And the Kellys say, "Well, you know what? We can go visit him sometime.
Yeah, we can take you back there, and you can visit him, and you can go nana and boo boo. I got a home, and you don't."
And this is the part where I really notice he really is calling them mom and dad.
Oh yeah.
So they later, this is one of several phone calls to the Brady residence. Carol Brady's on the phone with Kathy Kelly, and says the Brady kids are never lonely like Matt is because there's a bunch of them,
right?
Albeit the Brady bunch,
right? Because Kathy's in bed. She's talking to Mrs. Brady in bed, and Ken comes in, and she's like, "You'll never guess. I have a great idea." And he's like, "What is it?"
You ever have Molly say, "I got a great idea"?
Oh yeah,
and you're like,
"It always costs me money."
I was just gonna say, what you do immediately is stand up, you take your wallet out, and you throw it at her, and you turn and run away, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Well, she's like, "Hey, we need to adopt another kid tomorrow. We'll just do it tomorrow."
Yeah. This is weird too. It's very like now when they're first talking to the Bradys about getting Matt, supposedly they've been working on it for a while, but didn't say anything to anybody.
Right.
But it seems to happen very fast from here out to the next.
Wildly
I guess because they've already been approved for one.
They said we already filled out the paperwork. I don't know if that translates correctly. You feel like that's double the financial responsibility, there'd be a lot more investigating and stuff. Like this country, as we've said before, it sucks in a lot of ways. There are good, honest people out there who want a child, who are fully capable of supporting one, yet it will take them years to get one.
Sure.
And the kids are just waiting and essentially
Right.
rotting away
Right.
for this. And then, but this is a good example of, hey, just take this kid.
Yeah, just say this kid. We'll see how it goes. If he gets sad, we'll come get a couple more.
Yeah. So they go to the adoption agency the next day.
Ms. Phillips, and it's the Terrace Adoption Home.
And the woman that, and Miss Phillips is kind of taken aback. She's like, "Oh, you're back."
Is everything okay with Matt? Is he not behaving? We're not taking him back, by the way. You break it, you buy it.
He can bring back a broken child. I just don't think this is for us. But they say, "Hey,
He cries when I put his face in the pillow."
What about Steve? What about Steve and Dwayne?
Steve and Dwayne, because Matt talks about them all the time. They're best friends. They're like, oh yeah, Dwayne and Steve.
So they go out to the playground.
At the playground. You know, that's where I saw these two kids.
On the back of his song.
And one was black and one was Oriental. So she says, hey guys, come over here and talk to these. This is the Kellys. And then they walk up, they go, hey. They're like, you know Matt? He goes, yeah, he's our best friend. And Ms. Phillips walks away to go take care of a problem.
Yeah.
And they just stand there and look at these kids. They're like, well, I'll let you guys get back to painting. It was nice meeting you two kids. And I thought right here they were going to have a discussion about how they were different colors. And, this might be like, honey,
This is a extremely white show, and then you throw a little black kid and a little Chinaman on there. And
right, I thought for sure that the husband and wife would have a conversation there about, should we do this? What kind of things maybe we encounter? Nope. They just look at each other like, yeah, we're gonna take two more.
These and the Dwayne and Steve, they're very cordial and they're very polite, and they seem like really good kids.
Sure.
They weren't fighting or antagonizing anyone or being snotty or sarcastic. They were just being like, and you know what? We're kind of older. We know a lot of people want to adopt younger kids.
Yeah,
it's
they want
how
babies.
It goes.
Yeah, but it's just what it is. I mean, we get one meal a day, and we have to wear the same underwear for a week. But but we've been in the system a long time, and they actually somebody calls Steve Oriental.
Yeah, I used to date a Chinaman lady, and she would take exception to the term if people call her Oriental. She said, no, that's a food or a rug.
Right, yeah. I'm the same way. I dated an Asian woman as well, and I found out real quick you don't do that.
I never would think to call an Asian lady that. I rarely make reference to their ethnicity, but some people are very blunt about it. Like, ooh, are you from Taiwan? They're like, no, I'm not from Taiwan. Like, it's very ballsy to me to come up to someone and start guessing their ethnicity.
Sure, because they could be anywhere from over there. That was Eurasia at one time.
Absolutely, it was. So what they do is they go over to the Brady's house, and Mike Brady's button-up shirt is open to his navel.
I put Mr. Brady's shirt unbuttoned a lot.
I can see the top of his cock, I think.
Yeah. I was like, man. And if I would have known that he was gay guy, that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have felt so off-putting.
You had such an unseemly gay sensibility to the show.
Right, so the Kellys are talking to him like, we're come here for your advice, and they ask all the questions, but then they answer them themselves. So the Bradys just sit there; they don't even get to answer anything. They're like, at the end of it, they're like, "Thank you. That's exactly what we thought you said. We're gonna order 2 more on Amazon and have them delivered tomorrow."
They kind of talk themselves into getting these kids, and I may have missed that part. They did order it through Amazon.
Yeah, yep, Amazon.com.
So next scene, they're back at the Kellys, and they're setting the table at home. And,
just Matt and Mrs. Kelly are setting the table.
Yeah, and she's like, "Hey, why don't you set all these plates?" And he's like, "Hey, there's 5 here. It's too many." He's like, "No, we got some old friends coming over."
Right.
And then bada bing, bada boom, Ken drops a bomb on Matt. It's Dwayne and Steve.
Yeah, they come in. They're like, he's like, "What are you guys doing here?" And they're like, "We're gonna be brothers."
They're all so excited. Honestly, this is a really heartwarming and charming part of the show. None of these kids show an inkling of mischief. They're all just really happy and positive to be together. And I was like, this is great. This feels really good that these kids are reunited.
It reminds me a lot of when we have the marathons here.
How about how we all put our arms around each other's shoulders and dance
just
around?
jump around and go, brothers!
For 12 straight hours. It really... I think they're about a week out from when they were initially done. I think that a week is dropped in there somewhere, but still, it is such a quick process.
Yeah.
I can't understand. But maybe there's these kids are getting older. Their expiration date is coming up. We got to get
It's
rid
like
of
milk. It's like, we'll just... everybody, we're having milk tonight.
This boy's starting to curdle. Let's get him out of here. And then this is a weird shot. There's a roundabout camera shot of the kitchen table. It's fine, but it seems out of place for how the show's been shot so
right. There
far.
was, they wanted to get everybody... kind of like an in-action dinner shot. Yeah. And like you said, I noticed the same thing. I was like, wow, this is not the clean cuts of the one camera stuff that we've been seeing.
It's not the norm for a sitcom of that era at all, and it does the thing where because these are all very clearly sets they're working
It
on.
reminds me of like the beginning of Roseanne.
That's absolutely what I thought. Because so many times on Roseanne, you have that fourth wall is missing, right? It's a set, but during that opening shot, you can see, oh, that's what the rest of the kitchen looks like. And you really look hard because you're like, so often, I know exactly where the refrigerator is and the sink and the dishwasher, but I don't know what that wall looks like. So during the opening credits, you're like, you really want to pay attention. Same thing here. You get to see that fourth wall, and then they
go up to bed and have a pillow fight, and Ken comes in and joins the pillow fight. Why not, right? Why shouldn't a dad have a pillow fight with his 3 brand new kids he bought?
Yeah, beat him over the head with some pillows. This is something that was not in play here, but so often of that era, and even eras a little bit after that, every pillow fight, there's feathers everywhere.
Right.
It becomes like a velvet fog in the room of all these feathers.
Nice callback.
Thank you very much. But that didn't happen here. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
always like
The goose feathers.
so much fucking down.
Right. So much down. A good name for that episode.
Bummer.
So the phone rings, and Kathy goes and gets it. Of course, it's Carol Brady, because that's the only person she talks to.
I think they have a direct line to the Brady house.
Right. And so she's talking to Carol, and then Mr. Kelly is teaching them some song and dance moves before bed when he was supposed to be getting them to bed.
I tell you what, Ken Kelly, freaking Gene Kelly over here. Am I right?
Tell you, yes. Got the cane, got the humble hat. The humble pie hat. I call it the humble pie hat because whenever it says I would eat crow,
Yeah.
I always imagine that hat.
That's funny.
Or I'd eat my own hat.
That's funny.
Funny that I didn't get till the third one, or funny just like the whole...
It's funny because I never thought of it, and your intelligence always amazes me.
Or lack thereof.
Not at all. But yeah, he's so light on his feet. He's doing like these crisscrosses in the air. He's very limber, and it was a pleasure to watch him do his
He was
dance.
smooth. Then there's the doorbell rings, and this is after they get the kids to bed, and it's Mrs. Payne again. And she's like, I saw you brought 2 more over.
Hey, Mrs. Payne, you're a pain in my ass.
And she's like, one's black and one's yellow.
Yeah. And she says, you know what, I think we're not racist or bigots at all. We're even nice to the Shapiros up the street. And they don't call them out as such, but Shapiro, obviously a Jewish name.
Oh, very much so.
So they're pretty much saying, absolutely, we are racist people. But they got these 3 small boys, and they're bound to be destructive, especially the minorities, she said.
Yeah.
And at this point, the laugh track goes off.
Right.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, because it's like, it shouldn't have been funny.
Okay, so you got a 1 to 7 scale, this arbitrary, meaningless scale, 1 to 7 scale of laugh track. A lot of times the laugh track is hovering about a 4 or 5-ish,
Sure.
right? During this scene, they have a couple of racist remarks by Mrs. Payne in my ass, and you got the laugh track goes to about a 1.5.
Right.
It's real small, but why would they do the laugh track at all here?
To break the edge, maybe?
It should be like a gasp from the audience, like a
yeah.
or like a faint booze would be nice.
The next scene, the Kellys are in the kitchen, and Mrs. Kelly had just came from the Mrs. Payne's house because she tried to go over and talk to her, and she's like, she's impossible, and so they're putting the dishes away, and they're having this discussion, and Dwayne, they take a shot up to the room, right? They
Yeah.
go, and Dwayne's like, "Hey, Steve, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna get a drink." And he's like, "You better not, because you're gonna have an accident."
Yeah.
He's like, "What do you carry?" And obviously, Steve is on the bottom bunk.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
He's going to cover me in piss.
So they sneak downstairs, and they hear the Kellys talking about Mrs. Payne and how much trouble it's going to be causing.
And so they hear this, and they're sad. And they're like, oh, well, you know what? We gave it our best go. 6 hours.
This was 6 hours that we were here, baby. We had a good time, though, right? The 3 Musketeers were back.
One great lunch. The camera went around the table. It was fantastic.
We had a pillow fight,
Yeah.
and we learned some dance
We
moves.
really got a lot done in 6 hours, but it's time to move on.
So next scene is they're in the bedroom, and Dwayne and Steve are dressed, and they're writing a letter because they're running away.
They're saying, hey, you know what? Thanks. We had a great time, but obviously we're more trouble than we're worth. We're going to get out of here. And then Mike says, hey, what are you guys doing?
Matt?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Matt.
Sorry.
And he's like, oh, thank you very much.
I didn't think, what did you think it was Mike Mitchell?
Yeah, that's where my mind went. And then
What the fuck? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What the fuck? You guys leaving me here?
So
Quincy?
Mike says, or Matt says, hey, you know what? Let me go with you. You're
Right,
my boys.
We're
we're in
all
this
for
together.
3 and 3 for all.
Yep, that's a 3 for all. So they leave, and while they're leaving, the Brady Bunch theme plays again, but it's like a slow, sad
they
version.
would do that once in a while as a transition.
Yeah.
They would do this as a transition.
That's just silliness.
So next thing you know, you see Greg pulling in the Monte Carlo.
What's he doing getting home so late? What
Well,
do you want to do?
by that time, he's like 26, and he shouldn't even be living there anymore.
Let me tell you this about what's his name? Bobby Williams?
I don't know.
Bobby McFerrin? Greg Brady
Yeah.
is dreamy.
Think so?
Those eyes. I got lost in those eyes, man.
I always thought Bobby was cuter.
Well, you know what? The Brady kids were not featured predominantly at all.
No, not very much.
Greg probably the most out of all of them. And I tell you what, I just lost it in his eyes. There was about a 5 Mississippi where I was, and then I had to snap out of it. And I had to check my watch. I didn't know how long I was out.
He had so much denim on that I touched my couch and I got shocked.
He looked like fucking Jay Leto over here.
So he pulls in the driveway, and all those kids, and they only had one car in one driveway, and they never parked in the garage. There was always too much shit in the garage.
Something you didn't see about the garage, it is 20 stalls deep. So,
Oh, yeah.
So there were many cars in the garage. They just couldn't fit Greg's in there.
All right. So he comes home and he looks and he sees these 3 little boys sleeping out in their yard. And he comes up. He's like, "Hey guys," he goes, "Who are you guys?"
Yeah.
Like, if you saw 3 kids in your yard and you didn't know who they were, you wouldn't be so cool about it, man.
How would you handle this?
He
Okay.
probably smoked some reefer before he got back. He's like, "What are you kids, man?"
That's what I'm saying. His red eyes are so dreamy. Let's pretend now I'm going to be a sleeping boy.
Okay.
And you'll be Greg Brady, all right?
Hey, wake up, guys. What are you, who are you, baby?
Baby, who are you, mister? What, are you high? You smell like the devil's grass.
You want some? We can go behind the garage here and smoke some reefer, but
I'll-
don't drop it on the AstroTurf. It'll burn this whole fucking set down.
I'll do anything for some grass.
Suck my dick.
Jesus. Good Lord. Good God, man. That's how Greg handled it. But how would you handle it? What would you if you saw?
I would be on my cell phone calling the popo.
Just if you saw him sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be pretty.
3
weird.
little kids in a yard, and I get home at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I see them there first. You know my ass is going to get in trouble.
Yeah, I was thinking about it so much through the context of that show, but in real life,
He would have went to his parents. Is what Greg would have done. He should have done. Is gone to his parents. But you never saw where in the house their room was. You saw the room, but you never saw where their house was in coordinates to everything else.
Yeah, you didn't know the layout of the home at all. But it's probably right. If you're Greg Brady and parents are in there sleeping, you go in there and you get them instantly. You don't even stop to talk.
You're like, Dad, Bob, there's some kids outside, bro.
Dwayne, I know you want some of this shit.
Yeah, Dwayne's brother sold it to me.
Oh, jeez.
So the next shot is they got the kids and the Carol's up and Michael's up and they're giving them some hot chocolate. They're like, where are you guys headed? They're just making small talk because they've already called their parents and they're on their way over. They're just kind of making cute little small talk.
There is an unusual amount of wood paneling in the Brady's home.
That rec room, I always remember that rec room. It's huge, and that like you said, the paneling. But that paneling was everywhere in those days.
I've heard of racks on racks, but wood panel on wood panel?
I probably had wood paneling on my in my nursery.
I still have. My mom has wood paneling in one, like as an accent wall in one of the bedrooms.
I like it.
They painted it. It looks fine.
She's got great taste. Your mom's house is beautiful.
It's beautiful. That's right.
So the Kellys show up in their pajamas and overcoats, and they're like, "Why'd you leave?" And they explain, "Well, we heard you over here talking, and we don't want to be in any trouble." No,
they kind of say, "You know what? You guys, you're the priority. We all 5 of us need to stick together.
Right.
3 musketeers be gone. It's 5 musketeers now."
Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so, they're like, "Oh, okay, no problem. We're in it."
Okay, we'll go home now.
And then Alice comes in. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
she's half asleep, and Alice comes in. She's like, "You're not the Bradys, and you guys definitely aren't the kids."
She is hilariously disoriented.
Oh yeah.
And this is where I make a note. Alice was just the best. She was so goofy.
Yeah.
Everything was so wholesome and sweet in that show. She added the sarcastic and funny that it made that show the least bit tolerable, I would
Amen
say.
to that.
So the Kellys make their exit. The next day, the couples look on, both the Bradys and the Kellys, inside the Brady Bunch home. They look on as all the kids play outside. They let them borrow, apparently the Bradys let them borrow a Three Musketeer book, and the boys colored one of the Three Musketeers black and one of them yellow.
I missed that.
And Mike Brady says, "That's great."
I missed that.
So yeah, at the end.
Was that after the song?
No, I think that was at the very end. They're all out there looking and said, you know what, the boys, they read the Three Musketeers book you let them borrow. They loved it, and they showed them one of the illustrations inside, and there's three white guys, one painted black and one painted yellow. Just a nice little racist dot on the. And honestly, if someone did that today, I wouldn't be offended because I'm not the fucking PC police.
Right.
But it was just silliness. It was goofy. It was lighthearted fare back then. And that's the end. That's the end. But as we all know, there has to be some turbulence.
Please remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
How am I doing with the ones and twos?
You're doing great today.
Thanks.
I'm falling in love with you all over again.
I love you. Thanks for that birthday present, by the way.
I knew that you would like that present.
You did great. You know me well.
I would say this show didn't work, mainly because they only made one, and I know that much. But there are reasons why that maybe we're not necessarily privy to. But you and I, we're smart guys.
Smart guy, right?
We can-
Who's got two thumbs pointing at himself right now? Smart guy.
Smart guys. But we can figure this shit out, right?
In our mind. Oh, sorry.
Inside of our own minds. Kelly's Kids, spin-off from the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch ran for 5 seasons.
Wow.
And they did roughly 120 episodes.
That's crazy.
Maybe a little less.
We've almost caught up to them.
Yeah, we are just as good, if not better, than the Brady Bunch.
Right. We got to form a band now.
Yeah, and then I have a variety show.
When it's time to change, it's time to rearrange.
Pork chops and applesauce.
Hey.
I'm Sam the Butcher. I'll kill an animal. That's pretty good, right? That's a good impression.
Wasn't Michael? He was an architect, wasn't he?
He was.
He had a huge office. It's bigger than the studio.
This airplane?
Yes.
The studio inside of the airplane?
Let's rewind.
Yep.
He was an architect, right? His office was bigger than this whole fucking plane.
Nice. What would you do to improve Kelly's Kids?
Turbulence. Here's what I got for Turbulence. Obviously, I understand they're trying to be progressive by making the subject of this white family that has adopted children and has one's black and one's Asian. I understand that they're trying to be progressive, but they do the opposite by calling him Oriental and yellow and saying minority. They kind of dumb down what their point is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
They're putting too fine a point on it?
Well, they can do it, but the way they're handling it is wrong.
But was it wrong for the time that it was released, you think?
Well, you know what? So they were trying to be progressive. This is the story.
That's definitely the bottom line there. They were trying.
I can mark that off as Jason approved of that comment.
Oh, I would highlight it, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe put a little star by the end of it there, too.
If you like it, then you should have put a star by it. Another reason it might not have worked is because, Brady Bunch back then was the comfort food, right? Everybody knew the Brady Bunch.
When you turned in to the Brady Bunch, you knew what you were going to get.
And it was coming to an end.
This is the final season.
And so, to me, maybe it was too much like the Brady Bunch, like the colors, the everything. It was too much like the Brady. Everybody maybe was done with the Brady Bunch.
They were definitely drafting off that same vibe.
Drafting because he was an architect. I like it. Good job.
Very good. That's what I meant. You picked up on it right away.
Had too much of a Brady feel.
They wanted that wholesome, good feeling show, and they were saying, "What's the perfect avenue to do that?" Is the Brady Bunch? They have that already. Let's draft off of that and get some of that sweetness. It didn't work. I like Ken Berry. I like Ken Berry. I thought he was good. Yeah. I thought he did a good job. The wife was fine. I thought it was a good idea progressively to have those 3 different.
I would have had a threesome with Carol and Mrs. Kelly.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I went to tweet Florence Henderson. She's dead.
Oh, R.I.P.
She died a couple years ago, also of AIDS.
Nuh-uh.
No, she did. Ken Berry still alive, actually.
He didn't tweet you back?
No, he's living with AIDS.
Oh man,
AIDS really.
What was going on the set of the Brady Bunch?
It really wiped out almost an entire generation.
Literally, it did.
Oh, we got some quilting to do. Yeah, I think this show, you're right. I think maybe the saccharine sweet had run its course,
Right.
and maybe people are just like, you know what, we've seen it. Everyone wants to have sex with Marcia. We'd finger Jan, but
The kids are getting older. They're not near as cute anymore.
Right.
Greg shouldn't even be living there anymore.
yeah, he's high all the time on set, and he's talking to young children.
He's
sleeping
having
outside.
sex with Carol Brady, actually, wasn't he?
Is that true?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, there was some weird sex stuff I think that was happening there.
But that was the 70s,
But
man.
that's pretty fucked up for Flo, right? Florence Henderson to be like,
Yeah.
I'm very clearly 41,
Right,
and Greg
and
Brady is exactly 19, and he is inside of me.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. And he's your mom. She plays your mom.
Yeah, this is some kind of weird. That's just a whole weird.
Do you think I can't remember his name? It's something Williams, I think is his name. Who plays
Bobcat?
What's that? Bobcat
Bobcat
Williams, who plays Greg Brady. Do you think he can only have sex if he's like calling someone mom
Mommy?
and she's like 20, 30 years older than him?
Ooh. Man.
Hey, worked for me.
Yeah.
Nah, I've never done that.
Oh, yeah.
I wish.
You ever called a girl mommy or
no,
mom?
No. The oldest lady I ever had sex with was only like a year or two older than me.
Really?
Actually, no. There's a couple girls I don't know their age.
But anyway, I digress.
No. I have some more to say on that subject.
Are you sure?
If I want to improve this, I would say, oh boy, I don't know. I don't know if there's so much you can do to this to improve it. Maybe throw a girl in there. You gotta have a little girl, right? What's
Sure.
what's another ethnicity you want to see thrown in there?
But Jewish.
I would say a Baptist.
Ooh.
No, Jewish would be good.
Big old schlong on her and dark curly hair.
You mean schnoz?
Okay, I did say.
You want a little girl with a big dick?
Woo! And I thought the urethra one was bad. This is a lot worse. I need to think.
Stop biting my nose.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. What a mensch you are. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Throw a Jewish girl in there. Dude, mix
Right.
it up a little more. Put a lady in
Because
the mix.
yeah, little girls are not going to watch this show.
Mm-hmm.
They watch the Bradys because they know.
There was 3 girls.
Right.
And boys watch it because there are 3 boys.
No, the boys watch it because there's 3 girls.
Yeah. Oh boy. That's...
I always said, don't play ball in the house. Marsha.
Oh boy, she was a good-looking girl. She's still alive. Maureen McCormick.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know what else they could do.
Well, I mean, it's just going to constantly be, is the focal point of every episode about how they face racism with their 3 kids. Like this episode, they went to the grocery store, and tried to buy some Kim Wan shoe. You know what I mean?
You're right. The shows that come in heavy with the premise, like we recently did The Revenge of the Nerds.
Uh-huh.
Like how many places can you go with these guys being nerds? Obviously, The Big Bang Theory did it somehow for 10 fucking years, but when you're talking about like nerds versus jock, we're gonna get sick of that after
Right.
episode 3.
Right.
You know, how many times can we run into the fact that you got a Chinaman and a Negro living with you? That's terrible. It's like, come on, it's progressive.
Right. Well, and you've already done 100 and some episodes of the Brady Bunch, so you can't use any of those storylines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, essentially, you're right. So they've kind of colored, funny, themselves into a corner with this, and really didn't give themselves a lot of places to go.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
Good
So
take.
what do other people have to say, you think?
Oh, we'll find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
This IMDb score, which is something we look at every episode, benefits from the fact that it was part of a well-known and well-received series.
Sure.
Every individual episode of The Brady Bunch can be found on IMDb and has its own individual rating. From 102 ratings, what is the score of Kelly's Kids?
6.5.
It's 5.2. Almost
Okay.
right down the middle.
Okay.
Not the best episode of The Brady Bunch, probably not the worst.
No. The one where they went to Hawaii with the cursed tiki torch or whatever.
Yeah, that is...
It's weird.
That is, I've never seen that. I have no interest in it whatsoever. Critic reviews. Matt Shimkowitz from SplitSider.com says, watching Kelly Kids, a backdoor Brady Bunch pilot. Backdoor pilots generally ring false because a long-running show needs time to develop its own beats. Piggybacking On another's success can only go so far, and even with some new ideas on board, the similarities overbear the pilot. Kelly's Kids was a pretty bland attempt at continuing the Brady Bunch, and an example that many shows would learn from. Using a popular character to build an audience works, but throwing new ones into the show for the sake of a pilot is a frivolous waste of a 109th episode.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done a spinoff where Greg gets his own apartment, and you could have had a spinoff of just following Greg.
Maybe he's got an ethnically diverse set of roommates.
Or an ethnically diverse girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh boy, that'd be pretty radical for the time, wouldn't it?
Like they got married. Let's say they got married.
Oh boy, now you're really raising some flags there, right?
I got the gears grinding. My two moms and this is what's next. Is it again?
The person called again. Next, you know what I forgot to do when they called earlier, and I had no idea who it was? I forgot to do a screenshot.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
I should have screenshotted this Chinaman lady who's calling me.
It's not Chinaman, it's Hawaiian. Samoan.
Samoan, huh?
Samoan. There was Samoan all over that.
Remember I said I took I was telling you earlier off mic, I went to that restaurant?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's that lady.
No, I wouldn't think so.
I don't know. I have her number anyway. Maybe she got a new phone.
This person looks like she weighs about 300 pounds.
Oh, no, I don't deal with that. Viewer reviews, no. Our reviews, yes.
Our reviews. This is when I push.
Press the button, goddammit.
Okay.
Fucking press it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
still like
welcome
me,
to
don't
STF
you?
Airport. Local time is 11:11.
Am I pressing the buttons? Okay.
For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
Oh, boy. You know why I like the end of every year?
Why?
Out come the lists.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the list. Top 10 blah, blah, blah of this year.
Yakety schmackities.
Top 10 this. Ooh, the top 5 Twitter fights.
Yeah.
I love a good list. I love a good ranking. I love a good rating. 1 through 7, that's our rating.
That's the best rating scale there is. 1 through 7, 7 being the best, 1 being the worst.
7 is the number of God.
7 and 7, we went to heaven in the bedroom all day and all of the night.
1 to 7. 1 being the worst. These are characters taken from the classic 1990s television program, affectionately and accurately known as Wings. And the character that's the worst on that show is Roy Biggins.
Ugh.
Roy Biggins.
Sweaty, sloppy bastard.
That's exactly right. If you took sweat and you took slop and you rolled them together into a big fat guy, you have yourself Roy Biggins.
Exactly.
1, that's the worst score. 7 is the best score. The epitome of everything cool. You're talking Tony Stark and Zach Morris fucking popping out a baby. That's what this is, right?
Brian Hackett.
Brian Hackett. Ooh, baby, I love your
Sweet
ways.
Brian Hackett.
Yeah, that somewhere the Kelly's Kids falls within that 1 to 7. Captain Philip, rest assured, I turn to you. How do you rate Kelly's Kids?
I had no bumps. You had mentioned a bump earlier.
A possible bump.
A possible bump. I have no bumps. The nostalgia. Put it back on me again.
It wasn't okay. It didn't happen. I will.
Oh.
If this person calls again, I will do that. I wonder why they're calling me. Very interesting.
Somebody else is calling you now?
No.
It's the same number again?
It's the same number.
But now they're trying to call you and not FaceTime you.
No, it's a FaceTime.
What is going on?
I don't know what's happening. Okay, go ahead. Well, how do you... Captain Philip, rest assured, I turn to you. How do you rate Kelly's Kids?
Nostalgia. I watched the Bradys a lot. I did what I could do. Again.
What does that mean? You did what you could do.
Huh?
You say I did what I could do. What does that mean?
I'm the best a man can get.
Oh, Gillette.
Yeah. Ken Berry was good. Brooke Bundy was attractive.
Adequate.
Yeah. The kids did a pretty good job, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
they did
I
a
agree.
pretty good job.
I agree.
Mostly for being minorities.
I'll call you Mr. Payne. Right. No, these kids were pretty, they gave off really great positive vibes.
Sure. Because of the scene before dinner.
Or they're dancing around.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the best scene of this whole show.
I think you're probably right.
I'm slicing it down the middle. I'm giving it a 4.
Ooh, boy. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. My first inclination is to go low, but I think you're right here. I think this is a 4. I'm not going to give it a Marsha Brady, but she wasn't in it long enough. Did I get a Meta Milk Beignet? Oh, you bet Beignet I did.
Right.
But she wasn't in it long enough to sustain a Beignet.
She didn't have any lines, did she?
No, and
just some screaming.
Yeah, which is not bad.
I find that shit.
You want to do it. Oh, don't do that. Don't bring that Kevin Clark shit in here. I think this is a 4. This, Ken Berry, like you said, Ken Berry was good. Those kids were good.
He's smooth. He's a smooth actor. Not like
He really
Not
was.
like smooth like picking up chicks. Just like smooth like he hits his lines, hits his marks, and he's just got a smooth voice.
He played the wholesome father, loving father very well.
That he became a father in 10 minutes.
He really did. I don't know. I think, like I said, you paint yourself into a corner with a concept like this. But the actors were good. The push into progressiveness was good. It's just I can't see where this would go.
Right.
But this was not painful to watch. It was.
No.
It wasn't like, ooh, this is fantastic. It was fine. This was fine. This is a 4.
All right.
You say 4.
You say 4.
And with that, we close the book on Kelly's Kids, and we will never speak of that show again.
Ever.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of Rewind. Here's a little something to wet your whistle. A team of military field operatives and civilian scientists must use untested technology to travel back in time to alter past events in order to change the future and avoid a devastating terrorist attack.
It was a little long, but I'll take it.
You can find that entire episode by subscribing to Couch Pilots and Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or
Go to YouTube, and you know what to do, too.
you're damn right.
Sorry, I thought you were going to say
No,
that. You started to burp.
No, I was. That's the part where I act like I'm really giving it my all, so I have to catch a breath.
Sorry.
No, I'm glad you said it. You rarely say it on your own, so I'm glad you got the spotlight there, baby. Now this show is over, ostensibly. We got another 2 minutes tops. Stop listening. Go to couchpilots.com. It's got everything. If you enjoy this show, even the smallest modicum of enjoyment, go to couchpilotspodcast.com. Our entire back catalog is there for free, just like all of our pilot episodes that we watch. And you can contact us in a myriad of ways, a cornucopia of ways, if you will, of social media. In all these ways, you garner frequent flyer points, and we keep track of them with our pachinko machines.
Right. Dee Dee got 2,000 today just for sending us a video that didn't work and a picture of her swimming.
And a picture of a bug in a fish's
in
mouth.
a rug. That was tilapia.
Ooh, I love a good tilapia.
Molly likes tilapia. You guys should go to dinner sometime.
You like fish tacos?
I don't like fish.
But Molly does. Molly likes... Can I take your wife out for a date sometime?
I would love it. I'll pay for it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to take her out.
I'm serious. I'll pay for it.
I'm going to take her out for sushi sometime.
Okay. Sushi Popo?
Maybe her friend Jen, too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, all right, maybe do that.
I'll write it down.
So, all of our social media, all of our episodes, couchpilotspodcast.com. But if you want to call us, if you want to hear your dumb voice on our program yourself, it's just like I hear my dumb voice week after week, it's 910-745-6871, or also known as
910 Pilots 1. It used to be on fire. Our voicemail box was on fire.
we had to replace the phone wires almost every week.
Right, but now it's kind of stagnant. So call in. If you're just starting to listen to the show, just call in. Just, have a little fun.
Give us your favorite nacho cheese queso recipe.
Ooh.
Tell us about your last Easter. Did you have a honey glazed ham? I personally love honey glazed.
We're
ham.
looking for a secretary, so if you want to read us your resume,
or read us your rights.
and we'll play everything.
We play. We have virtually no shame.
We've played Adam Z before.
Yeah, we've played the bottom of the barrel like Adam Zalith. No, I'm just kidding, Adam. And the final thing I will mention is that we're also on Patreon. Go to patreon.com. There's a search engine there. Throw in Couch Pilots. If you like what we do, and again, it's all for free, and we don't ask for anything. But if you want to donate money, a one-time or a monthly basis, however you want to donate, we would super duper appreciate it. We have some nice equipment here. I don't know about you, Blake, but I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I hear podcasts with popular people, and sometimes their audio quality is fucking shit.
Right.
And we don't have fucking shit quality here. We have good, honest-to-goodness, high-end stuff that you've spent money on, and that I've donated a little bit, very small amounts here and there. But this stuff isn't cheap, and the lights being on isn't cheap.
Right.
So if you want to donate to help us keep going, we really appreciate it. We have a handful of subscribers. We super duper appreciate them.
And we've got some cool levels of rewards.
Oh, absolutely.
And so we're not just asking you for money like a Kickstarter. We're going to give you things back.
Absolutely. There's different. Go to Patreon and check it out. There's a couple different levels, and there's some really cool things in there too. I hope people take advantage of. Do you have anything else you'd like to say today, Blake, to our frequent flyers?
No, I don't like to spend too much time at the end of the show. I guess I just say, hey, love thy neighbor. All right, in this time, in this climate right now, everybody's a fucking shithead. Just look at the person next to you and say, I appreciate you being here. If you're outside and you see your neighbor outside, wave to your neighbor and say hi. You don't have to have a fucking conversation. Just wave to him with your hand, not a gun, and just say hi.
Say I love you, right?
You don't even have to say that. Just say hi. Just be nice to someone tomorrow. Tomorrow or today, whichever time you're listening to it, be nice to somebody.
Just like herpes, a smile is contagious.
Amen to that, brother.
And with that, and with talk of STDs, this pilot may have been rough, but it is always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thank you everyone so much. We will see you next time.
I'll be so horny.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.